you crappy asshole. On the 14th floor where the bathroom door don't lock. So happy we don't gotta worry about the cops. We could all get arrested for this, but when the party's mixed, I don't give a shit tonight. Alright. Now she walks in the bedroom fast, despite all the noise from the crowd. Now she's pantless on the bathroom sink. Her mother would be so proud. Gets on a deed and there's a line to go pee, but the bathroom looks like a war zone.
Welcome in to episode 157 of Phired Up. Check us out at firedupsports.com. I'm Mike Gillo. I don't know where Dom went. He's having issues.
He's done MIA tonight.
He is. Yeah, so Chris, he just texted me saying it just kicked him off. It just locked him off. So I don't know what's going on with him.
Well, it looks like it's just you and I for the second.
For now, he said he's gonna keep trying for what it's worth.
Okay.
So we shall see. Yeah, I agree. Where are you at? Where are you at? I don't know. Dom's having. It's always Dom that has the technical difficulties here. You notice that, right? It's like a recurring theme.
Man, I saw him yesterday at the baptism. He was struggling at the baptism. I should have knew then. He was unraveling at the baptism. I'm like, man, he's not gonna have a good day tomorrow.
No, he was in for one at that point. Yeah. He was here literally as soon as I hit the intro. He was here, and just like that, he left. So yeah, I mean, go ahead.
Quick question.
Sure.
I'm watching this countdown to the second period.
Okay.
PK Subban and Charles Barkley.
Yep.
Why?
Why Charles Barkley?
Yeah.
So he's a really big hockey fan. I don't know if you know that. He is a big hockey fan. So I don't know if he. So what's going on with their TNT show? And then I'll get back to your question in a second. With the TNT show is like, isn't it shutting down or something?
I think that they're like in.
Is it officially done? Because I'm surprised he's actually on ESPN right now when he's a TNT guy. So I'm a little surprised by that. But on because the TNT broadcast, they also have a hockey TNT broadcast. Barkley and Shaq have both been on a number of times. So
I'm not listening to what he's saying, but I can't imagine it being much.
He's a big hockey guy.
Is he actually though?
Yeah, he is.
Who does he cheer for? Who's his team?
I don't know for sure. I knocked out Chris. Hold on. What's going on? Hold on. All right, Tom, are you here?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I can't see you guys. I can't see myself in the thing, but at least I've got audio and I can hear you guys. We can communicate.
We
guys
can
are
see
all
you
laggy
fine.
on my
So
end.
don't do anything. So we can see you. So don't do anything
don't show
to
nip.
incriminate yourself. Yeah, right.
Okay,
exactly.
So don't show nip. Don't show Don't show the boys. I got you.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
That just messed up my whole show. Whole bit.
So yeah, exactly. Yeah, don't do that. We'll probably get kicked off of YouTube or Facebook or whatever other platforms are going to kick us off. Twitter, I don't think so. You do anything on that platform.
Right.
To answer your question, Chris, I don't know his team that he roots for.
Who's that?
Charles Barkley. Because he's watching the Stanley Cup final. He was asking why Charles Barkley was on.
Right.
He thought it was weird that he was on the broadcast, but he's a big hockey fan apparently.
He I imagine he's probably rooting for the Flyers, right? Because he roots for. I know that, and the Eagles.
Does he?
But yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to do a deep dive. I'm sure he said it somewhere. So.
Oh yeah, I'm just assuming that it's the Flyers, but
like
I do know he roots for the Phillies and the Eagles.
Okay, yeah, but because him and Shaq, because of the whole TNT connection, have been on the TNT broadcast for hockey a number of times this season.
Well, now it's moving from TNT. I think next year's the
last. Yeah, I was just
asking
basketball. Chris, what's the deal with that?
So it's actually not over. It's not like official. I don't. How far did you guys get into it?
Not very
That
fresh.
yeah, not at all because we don't know
Okay.
the exact details. We
Okay.
just heard that it's ending.
So it's not official, not yet. So, so the rumor is, or the talking point is that TNT, the rights are over after this this year coming up, next season coming up will be the last year. See, what is it? NBC is trying to buy. They have like the biggest offer, and now the NBA is basically allowing TNT to try to counter it,
Okay.
the offer for their portion of the season.
But couldn't that
so
same
it's not
show, if
official.
NBC was to buy it?
Also, I would assume.
Are you there, Dom? I feel
Yeah,
we're all
I'm here.
sorts of screwed up right now.
Can you hear me?
So if NBC was to buy it, yeah, I can't hear you. If NBC was to buy it, right? Couldn't the same crew just move over to NBC?
They could. Can you hear me? Are we good?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, you're a little
Okay, yeah.
delayed, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah. You guys are good for me. I can hear myself and I can hear you guys perfectly fine on time. But yeah, no, they could. I assume they could, right? I mean, why
I
not?
would assume so. Who's
I don't know what the legal contract things are.
Who's
but,
who's the
it
main
does
guy
make
that
sense.
hosts? Who's the main guy that hosts NBA on TNT?
Ernie?
Ernie, Ernie Johnson.
Yes, he
right? Is that his
apparently.
name?
I think I think he has a contract with the parent company. I think of TNT, so I don't think he's allowed to move over. From what I've heard, I think
Okay.
it would just have to be the other three. Right,
See,
there's
that would
three of them.
suck. 3 others, yeah.
That's what I've heard. I don't know if that's accurate, but that's what I've heard.
I like Ernie.
Yeah, I do too.
You see, I don't really watch or listen enough of the NBA to know how good the
He may
show. I know
retire.
people love the show, but yeah,
He's pushing 70. He's pushing 70.
Is he
so,
really?
yeah. Yeah, so he may call it quits.
Yeah. All right. There's really not a whole lot to kind of talk about or get into tonight. A little bit of Phillies. Other than that, it's pretty quiet. I don't know if Dom, if you wanted to talk about the Sixers at all. I know you've been teasing them the last couple weeks, but
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
I
in
mean,
for whatever you guys want to talk about.
yeah, I mean, we kind of start with Phillies, right? They had the 2 games in London. Did you guys watch either of them? I feel like they were kind of weird times, especially the Sunday one at like 10 a.m. What do you guys think of the whole London series?
I think they did it well.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry. I'm like I don't know if I'm delayed or not, but
You're a little bit. We'll figure it
Okay.
out. Don't worry about it.
So I thought it was a cool weekend. I did. I thought, even from the standpoint of like pre-games and watching them on on MLB Network, I guess it was. Like the players, on TV talking about the whole experience. And then the games themselves, I really was kind of indifferent until I watched it. I was like, yeah, this isn't really that big, that big of a deal. And then watching it, I'm kind of was like, oh, I wish I was there.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it seemed like a blast. I mean,
I
it
knew
was
quite a
weird
few people that went.
Yeah, it was weird to have no fans behind home plate. It kind of looked like the Little League World Series
Yeah.
behind home plate.
Yeah.
But it was also cool, like the players not going down into a dugout, just like walking straight into the dugout
Or sliding.
or sliding. And did you see that? Apparently, Thompson had no idea that was going to happen, and he like freaked out about it.
Did you really?
Thompson freaked out.
Oh yeah,
You're talking about Harper's home run celebration.
yeah. Because he's like, in his mind, he had no clue that it was happening. Next thing you know, Harper's on one knee, like yelling. He thought he like tore his Achilles or something.
No, I
guess
thought it was
my
great.
heart
I
would
like
drop.
that.
My heart would drop if I didn't know and I saw him do that.
I mean,
if I'm the manager, I guess.
yeah, Harper played a pretty decent game 1. I really didn't follow much game 2. I just
Me neither. Yeah.
had other obligations.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't really. I know that Castellanos grounded out into like a double play to end the game, and people are having like a.
It was a good play by the catcher.
Yeah, people are apparently having like a conniption over that.
Dude, it's baseball. Shit happens.
Yeah, no, I agree.
That's where I'm kind of at. Like,
Sorry, go ahead, Mike.
No, go ahead.
I've seen a lot of like, bitching and moaning about either Castellanos or Taiwan Walker, although he was pretty good on Sunday. The bullpen, Soto, Alvarado. Like, I've seen a lot of nitpicking. The manager. This team's 45-20. I'm not doing any nitpicking for the foreseeable future. I'm just not doing it.
You know what popped into my head when he hit into that double play?
Okay.
What do you think it was?
Oh, I think I know.
Liam better be stateside.
Wait, yo, did you see he was. So did you see I was gonna send it to you, but I didn't. I think Nick Castellanos' mom posted on Twitter a picture of him and his friend getting in the van to drive up to Philly. And I was gonna send it to you guys, but I weekend.
Well,
I have no idea what Dom just said because Dom just went like robotic.
I think he said.
All right, I'm gonna try to leave it back.
The grandmother sent a picture of in the van of him coming up to Philadelphia. That's what I think I heard.
Okay, I mean, listen, I don't speak Dominese, all right. Listen,
I to assume that's what I would think I heard.
I think it's a good example. You're using good context clues there, I think.
I just know that if Liam was stateside, I'm happy.
Why?
Because he's not over there acting like a little jerk in London. We would have had to go into what's it called? Not Civil War, but Revolutionary War again. He would have started a Revolutionary War. They would have attacked us again. They would have spent any time with that kid.
We would have had to give some land back.
Yeah, if they had to spend any time with him.
Yes, Michael. I've told Dom to reset his router, and he's not listening. All right, he doesn't think it's his Wi-Fi. Let's get him back in here. Never mind, he's gone again. So this is just gonna be a train wreck of a show. It's fine.
He is just he needs 86 Xfinity.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, exactly. It's brutal. But listen, again, there's really not a whole lot. We could talk a little Phillies if you want, but we also have the Immaculate Grid. I have it pulled up here. Did you want to start that while he's gone?
We can, yeah. I know he usually likes to try.
Oh, I don't know.
The hard
wait
one.
Then? Wait?
Yeah, because I always try to go whoever the easiest is, and Dom
That's
tries
kind
to
of
go
where I'm at.
Obscure ones.
Yep.
We could talk about. Do we need another closer?
Yes. Yes.
Do we
need a back into the bullpen guy?
A high end relief guy.
But who's really out there? The guy from Oakland.
Chase from
But is he still available? What's their record right now? Why would they trade him right now? I feel like that was an off-season move. I feel like Cleveland's been pretty good, no?
Dom said he wanted to talk about what Jeff Passan said, too, about...
Okay, we get into that.
About some moves. Let's see. All right.
Cleveland are in first place. They're 42-22. Like, I think that ship is
so they're not getting him.
Yeah, I feel like that was an off-season move. But is it Miller from the Athletics?
The closer?
Yes, I feel like maybe that's an arm. Let me try to pull up this Jeff Passan article that he was talking about.
Mason Miller.
Yes, Mason Miller.
25 years old. You'd probably have to give up like Micah Bell. You'd probably have to give up some. You know what I mean? You'd probably have to give up some 25-year-old who's a sub-1 ERA. I don't know why they don't use Kerkering.
It's a good question. I don't know if they trust him yet in that role. And listen, it's weird because like Alvarado, we felt about it before when he's on, he's unhittable. It's just that when he goes into a little bit of a funk, the wheels completely fall off.
I feel like after the second batter, you'd know what you're getting out of Alvarado.
Sure, because then like if he doesn't have it, then he's wild. He can't throw a strike, everything, and then that's when you're kind of like, all right, here we go.
This is the guy we're used to.
I'm trying to pull up this article right now, but it's not pulling up here. So I assume this is the article he's talking about. Jeff Passan's early 2024 MLB trade deadline preview. Assume this is the right article because I'm not finding. All right, so his little
I got it.
Phillies here.
Luis Robert Jr.
Okay. I mean, listen, when he's healthy, he's a really good player, but it's about the health for me. I'd be open to it, depending on but I wouldn't do it with giving up a Painter or an Adam Miller. I wouldn't give up either of those.
I think you'd have to though, right?
Then it's a no-go for me.
You'd have to give up those guys. He's like, when he's on, he's a top 15 player in the AL at least.
Yeah, maybe I'll give you that.
So let me say, Jeff Passan. All right, let's see. They got this article just says Phillies White Sox trade for Luis Robert Jr. That would be disastrous for the future.
Okay.
Because of his injury prone.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it could be, and Dom's trying to work.
And it would be in return in the proposed trade. The Phillies send Aiden Miller, Justin Crawford, and number 11 William Bergola.
I'm good. I'm good with
guys
that.
Hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
This is so strange. Yeah, I did what Mike said. I redid Mike in the chat. I redid my router. Everything is working on my Wi-Fi. My TV's Wi-Fi. My phone. My iPad. Everything is working perfectly fine except you jackasses.
Listen, we're not the jackasses here, all right?
I don't know, man.
Apparently, we're talking about Jeff Passan being the jackass for suggesting us to get rid of Aiden Miller and Crawford for an injury-prone Luis Robert.
That's a lot. That's a lot to give up for Robert.
I wouldn't give that much up.
Yeah,
I would consider it for Tucker. Consider it. I would definitely give up Miller.
I keep seeing his name, Tucker. Why would Houston give up Tucker? What's the deal there?
So just by going from their history, right? George Springer was a top 10 at his position when he was up for a contract. They let him walk. Carlos Correa, top 10 guy at his, maybe even top 5 at his position at the time. They let him walk. They tend to let players walk because they are so good at drafting and developing that they already have these guys ready to come up on cheap contracts. So they're basically doing what the Marlins and the Rays wish they could do.
Right.
Apparently they have a guy, I think he's up here now. They just don't have room for him that could play the outfield, and he's supposed to be like tremendous, like really, really good. I forget his name, but
must be nice to just find these guys.
Yeah. So that's a reason they could. And Tucker, I don't know if he's a free agent at the end of this year. It might be next year. But he's due for a contract pretty soon. But maybe they do keep him because he's still really young. Like I don't ever see them. So they just paid Altuve, right? Bregman's a free agent at the end of this year. I just don't see them walking away from Yordan Alvarez or obviously Altuve.
No way.
So maybe Tucker's one of those guys that they just say, yeah, we're just going to try to build our young guys around him, just like we built, Pena and Alvarez and those guys around Bregman and Altuve. Maybe Tucker's the next guy of those like build around. But that's the interesting thing is that he's due for a contract soon, and they don't typically pay everybody because they have so much talent.
Yeah.
I think it's listen. Why would they trade a possible American League MVP this year? Right.
Right. Exactly. That's the point I'm trying to make. Is like
That's
from their perspective, it doesn't make sense.
right. Do I think they trade him? Probably not. But I do think that they would listen to offers. You just have to blow them away. I would give up Aiden Miller for Tucker. I think
I would too. For Tucker, I would
not give up
for
Aiden
Robert.
Miller for Robert. No, I agree.
So we were about to do the. Is there anybody else on that list, Chris, that you had up?
Dom, you probably had it quicker, right?
So the three that I saw were, was Robert, Tucker, and what's his face?
Arozarena.
Arozarena. Yeah.
I don't.
I would take Arozarena over Robert because I think Robert's going to cost you too much, and I think you get more value with Arozarena.
I think it depends. Well, wait, hold on. I think it depends on how much you're going to give up for Robert. If it's true that they want a ransom, like a king's ransom, maybe. Right. But
yeah, agreed.
I don't think that there's enough to.
Did he get stuck, you think, or is he thinking? I think he's thinking.
Dom. Is he there? He's moving a little bit, Dom.
Dom, were you thinking all that time?
Oh my god. Dom, you there? He looks annoyed.
Oh man. What is this like turning into?
Oh my goodness. That's so good.
It was great
you know,
because it was in the middle of him like getting ready to say something.
Right.
He was just pondering life at that moment.
Oh my goodness. I guess some point we're just gonna have to, just do the Immaculate Group without him.
I'm ready.
All right. Well, I think he's trying to get back in now. All right, Dom, are you there?
Can you hear me?
It was a long thought that you had.
Dom,
so I'm gonna blame Michael for saying
Me?
that he fixed my Wi-Fi. No, in the chat,
Michael in the
saying
chat,
that he fixed my Wi-Fi. He sure didn't.
Dom,
No,
you
I'm just
literally were like, well, you could,
And then it
and
cut
like
out.
you were like thinking.
And
And
you were
then-
frozen,
No,
though.
Yeah, I was frozen. Yeah, I had a whole fucking paragraph. I just meant, I just said. So what are we talking about here?
A Rosarina, Robert.
Yeah. So I think if Robert is if you don't have to give up a ton for Robert, which I don't think that they're going to like get as much as they really hope for. He's the better player. He's the way better player.
No, I agree. I'm talking about from straight up value perspective. I think again, if they want the Miller Crawford return, I'd rather pay a lot less for a Rosarena.
No, I don't disagree with that.
Why don't they just take in a trade Castellanos and Taiwan Walker off our hands?
Yeah, sure. I'm sure they would do that in a heartbeat.
Somebody trolled on Twitter today and said Robert and Crochet for Taiwan Walker, Johan Rojas, like horrible trade. And people were like, are you fucking stupid? Blah blah blah. And he's like, guys, it's just a joke.
I'm trolling clearly.
Yeah. But
so
Robert is ridiculous. He's so good defensively. He hit 38 homers last year. He had played 143 games last year, I think it was. I think if he's on a good team, he probably tries to play more. I think at the right price, I take a shot. Right-handed power bat. He can hit behind Harper.
Sure. Now the other question is before while you were in your little, other world over there with your internet and everything and your computer, we were talking about like bullpen. Yes, your purgatory. We were talking about bullpen a little bit. Like what's out there bullpen because like To me, that might be more of a priority than an outfielder in my eyes.
So I don't think so. I think it's the opposite. I know a lot of people, and I understand
Okay.
why people think that feel that way. Look at the way the team fell apart in Game 6 and 7 because of what? Because they couldn't hit.
Sure, their
right?
bats went cold.
They right for 2 straight games at home. I think they
Sure,
they do need a back end bullpen guy. I think it really help. But I think they have 4 guys right now. I think there's 4 guys on this team that are absolutely like I trust them in almost any situation. And then you have 2 guys who I'm like iffy on that are close to that. So
Or the 2 guys you're iffy on.
I think Dominguez has pitched really, really well recently. And I think Soto is a guy, when he pitches well, he's one of the best in the league. But when he's bad, he's really bad. And there's no in between.
Yeah, I would trade. I would get rid of Soto. I hate Soto.
I mean, but like I said, I think he's far better than he is worse most of the time. His numbers prove that he is, when he's on, he's unstoppable. But when he's off, he's dreadful.
That's kind of how Alvarado is.
No, he's not.
So
Alvarado's either lights out or he's
dude.
he's
Look
shaky.
at his numbers this year. He's been unbelievable. He's an all-star. You could say he's an all-star.
No, he's been okay. He's been very good. Fine. But do you try? I mean, do you trust him to be your closer every night? Like that, you're fine with that. Like you don't think they need another closer?
I'm not. I think adding another closer is something they should do. I think it's adding another back end guy. I think is great. I just think the bat is more valuable to them because they have 4 guys. Listen, I don't know if I'd throw Strom in the 9th inning or even the 8th inning, but I trust him a lot in the 7th, the 6th, and 7th, and I'm getting close to the 8th inning with him. And then Jeff Hoffman, who I trust in the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. You have Alvarado, who I trust in the 7th, 8th, and 9th. I have Kerkering, who I trust in the 7th and 8th, and then he's getting close to that 9th inning guy. I think if you add somebody, it's great, but like I just think the bat is more valuable because I think the bat's more valuable because of the way the starting pitching is going so deep this year, especially in the playoffs. You're not gonna you don't see more than like 3 or 4 guys in the bullpen pitch anyway. So like that, I think it'd be great if they add another bullpen guy. I don't think that's I think it's bigger to get a right-handed power bat more than anything. The center fielder, Robert, like basically.
What about Mason Miller, Dom?
I think you're going to have to give up too much for him. And Mike and I kind of talked about this. I think it was a show only him and I did about the guy from Cleveland. And I think we disagreed on something. And I think I agree with what Mike was saying now, because I think the talking point was what's his name from Cleveland?
Clase. Clase. I don't know how you pronounce
something
it.
like that.
Yeah, we were just talking. You can't get them now. They're first in the division.
Well, yeah, for sure. But let's say hypothetically he was available, right?
I don't remember what
and
I
they
said. To
they
be
were.
honest with you.
Well, because the talking point was, would you trade Justin what's his name? Justin, right? Crawford
Yep.
for him, and I said, yeah, why not? But I think you made the point in where like you're gonna give up a top prospect for a guy that pitches 3 innings a week. Like I don't know if I would do that now looking back on it. I don't know if I would trade for Mason Miller. Yes, he's very young, and you'd have him for 4.5 years or whatever it is, more control, 4 years, whatever. But I don't know that I give up. I don't know that I give up a top prospect for a guy that's going to pitch 3 or 4 innings a week. Yes, he's young. Yes, he's got electric stuff.
Yeah, but he's your guy then for 4 years.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think this bullpen is so good that they shouldn't give up a top prospect for a guy like that.
Yeah.
And plus, I just look at some of the best closers and the trades that were made. The year that the Nats won the World Series in 2019, they traded for somebody. He was kind of at the end of his career. I forget who it was. And it was like the top prospect they gave up, or the highest prospect they gave up was like their 6th prospect. It was like I forget who traded him to Washington, but Washington gave up their 6th prospect or 7th prospect, and he came in and he pitched great in that World Series run. And like bullpen guys are cheap. I know Mason Miller's not going to be cheap because he's younger and he's got great stuff, and you have a lot of control for him or over him. But I don't know. I don't know that I give up top prospects. I'd give up like the 4th or 5th prospect, maybe like the 7th and like the 13th best prospect if that was an option.
Are you referring to Sean Doolittle?
No, I don't think it was. It was a Spanish guy, I believe. Hispanic guy. I forget his name.
He was on the Nationals World Series team.
I thought he was. Maybe it was the year before.
I can't really find it. Trying to
Okay.
look.
I can't remember if it was 2018 or 2019, and they went on a run with him. But he was like kind of towards the end of his career a little bit, and he like had like a little bit of a resurgence. All I'm saying is good bullpen, good bullpen guys are not the most expensive in the world. Mason Miller might be because of his age and control, how much control you have over him, but
Agreed. Before I still can't find who you're talking about. But anyway, before your shit cuts out again, we'll do the immaculate grid.
yeah,
we're waiting for you to jump in here. All right, so let me share the screen here. Share screen.
good thing we didn't do like Jeopardy this week. That would suck.
Yes, I thought about it. That would not have been good.
We have to wait for like the All-Star break for baseball.
Yes, I'll start getting some questions together. I asked friend of the show Doug to help me out with some questions, so there might be a little shenanigans in there. I'll try to keep the shenanigans to a minimum.
Okay.
All right, so across the top we have the Padres, the Mets, and then played third base.
Oh my God, I
And then
can't
on the
see
left
anything. It's all
side-
white.
Oh, it is?
Yeah,
Oh,
for me
no.
at least.
All right, so the top side, like this, the top is the Padres, the Mets, and played third base, and the left side of the grid is the Nationals, the Cardinals, and 100+ RBI
I got it.
season. You got it?
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. All right.
All right, so like played third base and the Nationals like Rendon,
Ryan Zimmerman.
Zimmerman. Wasn't Rendon the third baseman?
Both played third base.
Okay, so that's what I thought. Okay. So which
Wait,
which
what does
one
that
do I wanna
bottom
go
one
with here?
say? RBI?
100+ RBI season.
Okay. You know who I like for that for the Padres? Like an obscure one?
Padres 100 RBI.
Yeah. Just because we're trying to get more obscure, right? We're not trying to get the obvious.
Sure, yeah.
But what about Brian Giles? Did Brian Giles have 100 RBI season, you think?
I
Did
like
he have 100 RBIs?
Florida just tied the game down.
Yeah,
mean,
unfortunately. Yep.
I like Adrian Gonzalez down there.
Okay.
Did either of those guys put up 100 RBIs, do you think?
Gonzo definitely did.
I think both did. It's just what's more...
Who would you guys rather me
Obscure.
go for?
I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. Go Gonzo.
Well-
I think he's probably more likely.
What first name? What was it? How do you spell this?
Adrian.
D. All right, hopefully it's the right one because it's a fairly common name, I would imagine. 9%. There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
Mets RBI.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like more obscure because there's obvious ones like Pete Alonso,
Piazza.
right? Daryl Strawberry. Like there's
Lin-
definitely obvious.
Lindor.
Did Lindor have 100?
Did David Wright? Did he ever do 100?
I'm sure he's done it at
Gary
least once or twice.
Carter.
He's talk about overrated.
Back in like the
Who's, like,
80s.
obscure?
He's a Hall of Famer.
Right.
I'm feeling Gary Carter here.
Dom, any other answers?
I'm
or
fine with
is
that. Yeah, no, I'm fine with
All right.
that. What's that last column?
Play third base.
That's it.
3%.
Third base.
Play third base, minimum one game.
And had 100 RBI season. Do you want to go Schmitty?
Yeah, I was gonna say literally Miguel Cabrera, like
Who should I go? Mike Schmidt?
literally any Hall of Fame third baseman. I don't care. It's fine.
14%.
Roland.
Try to think.
That's
St.
what I was
Louis?
thinking. I was thinking
Polanco.
Roland too.
Placido Polanco.
Or you could do Scott Rowland. He's probably a little bit more
Yeah, Roland.
I was thinking Scott Rowland.
used. What about David Freese?
Let's see. 17% for Scott Rowland.
Okay. I'm trying to think of Mets, Cardinals. Did Rafael Furcal play for the Mets or the Padres?
I'm
He
thinking.
was with Atlanta once. It wasn't he at one
I know he
point.
played for St. Louis.
I'm
He was
thinking
No, he was with the
Uh,
Dodgers.
Carlos Beltran right there.
He played for the Cardinals.
He did.
Okay,
Like it.
let's lock it in then.
Yeah.
13%.
Washington and San Diego. I'm going Josh Bell.
Okay, I like it. That is true. Shit. Which okay, the one that's active, right?
Yeah.
Okay, there was 2 Josh Bells. Threw me off. Am I going Zimmerman or Rendon or who else?
Zimmerman. That's an easier one.
32%.
For San Diego and St. Louis.
I have Washington in the Mets. That would be Max Scherzer.
Yeah, but could we get
Okay.
like more obscure than that?
Okay, yeah, let's try to get more obscure.
Like I want to try to find like
See-
random guys.
St. Louis and San Diego. For some reason, Jim Edmonds is just popping in my head.
So obviously Cardinals, but did he play for San Diego?
I think he played for them for a season at the end of his career. He was an amazing defensive outfielder.
Yeah, no, yeah, I know he was great, but I just don't remember for San Diego. Dom, do you want to lock that in or?
Yeah, I think he did play for San Diego. At least a year.
All right, let's lock it in. 5%. There you go.
Mets Nationals. I really want to get somebody crazy. What about Murphy? Daniel Murphy?
Daniel Murphy.
I feel like that's a more obscure.
What about like D Gordon? Did D Gordon play for Washington or the Mets?
Did he play for the Mets?
Did he not?
I don't think so. I know Daniel Murphy definitely played for both.
Miami.
All right, Daniel
What about
Murphy?
Dan Uggla? Did Dan Uggla play for either? I know
don't
he's a
know.
Marlin.
He played
Marlins and Washington.
maybe. Yeah, did he?
Okay.
I could have sworn he maybe played for the Met, or I don't know. What was your answer right before that?
I said Daniel Murphy. If you guys, that's what you guys want.
You want to go Daniel Murphy?
Yeah.
There you go. What percentage was that? So we completed. Ready scored 108, 11% for Daniel Murphy.
Could have gotten better.
Okay. While we're at it, want to try any of the other ones? Want to do women's basketball? Do you know any women's basketball players?
Caitlin
Caitlin
Clark.
Clark.
Yeah.
What about football?
That
Is
league's
football
gonna,
on
that league's gonna
NFL?
ruin itself before it even starts. Football, yeah, they do have football. All right, so across the top we have the Bills,
Oh, boy.
the Jets, and the Hall of Fame, and on the left side we have the Chargers, the Colts, and the Patriots.
So you can go Tomlinson back to back for Jets and Hall of Fame.
I think you can only
Can you use
one
them
player
twice?
once. No, I think you can only use a player once.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
So I would go with the Jets and,
Yeah.
and Chargers.
I agree.
Tomlinson.
Thompson played for the Jets.
Yeah.
He sure did. He was really good too.
Wow. 66%.
Colts Hall of Fame, you can go Unitas or you can go Peyton. Or you can go Marshall Falk. Did he go in as a Colt or as a Ram?
I don't
I
know
don't
that
think it
that
matters.
matters. But you want to go Unitas?
Yeah. Either one. I like both.
21%.
A Charger Hall of Famer. Gates didn't get in yet. Did Junior
I
Seau
think he gets
get
in
in?
this year.
Did Junior
What
Seau
about the
get in?
quarterback? I don't think he did.
What
What about
quarterback?
the quarterback from like the 70s? From like the 70s and 80s.
Dan Fouts?
Yeah.
Is he a
We
Hall
have
of Famer?
him. He is.
No.
I mean, we could go somebody else.
I'll go with that. How you spell the last name?
Fouts.
Fouts.
29%.
See, the Patriots Hall of Fame, you just want to say Brady, but Brady's not in the Hall of Fame yet.
He can't. Yeah, he can't be yet.
Which makes it so hard.
What about is Teddy Bruschi in the Hall of Fame?
Because I don't remember any really good Patriots players. Like Randy Moss, does that count?
Yeah, I would say so. What was that?
I was gonna say Randy Moss.
Dom? Okay, I mean that's the only one I can think of.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Am I delayed?
Okay. Yes, a little bit.
Jet.
All right, I'm gonna come back.
So Bills, and Patriots. I got Bledsoe there. Drew Bledsoe.
Okay, yep. 44%. I can't think of anybody for the Jets.
A Jet and a probably going to be an old player too. Who did Corey Davis get drafted by? Because he's on the Jets now, but who did he get drafted by?
Did he not get drafted by the Jets?
No, I think he got traded there.
Tennessee?
Tennessee, yeah.
Was it Tennessee?
Yep, you're right. Fuck.
Oh, Dom's coming back in. I can't. I'm trying to think here. Like this is why football's so hard. We talked about it when we used to do this all the time. Is like I always want to think skill position, quarterback. I always want to think wide receiver, running back.
Yeah, but
there's
it's
so
usually
many more positions.
It's a lineman usually.
Oh, right.
That played for half of the snap.
Right.
He's on the practice squad.
Yep.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. This is so fucking frustrating. All right, so my screen is still loading. So what do we do? Did we get everything?
We're still waiting. We're still missing the Chargers, Bills.
I have a Charger
Colts. Bill. Okay, who's the Charger Bill?
Tyrod Taylor.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Now we are missing the Colts, Bills, and then we're missing Colts, Jets, and then Jets, Patriots.
Did Jacoby Brissett play for the Bills?
I don't know. I was actually going to ask, did he play for the Jets? Bills, Colts.
So I was saying it's going to be
I'm
like
sure there's like a running back, like
a Bob Sanders.
Jay Spiller. Like, did he play for the Colts? I don't know.
Who
Like a guy that
recently?
just moved
Wait.
around.
Who recently? Zach Moss.
He
might be one.
I think he started
That's where
with
he
the Colts.
started.
I think he played with.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was going to put Zach Moss.
Yeah, I like that.
Let me see. Yeah, 19%. Look at that.
So I just looked it up. He started with the Bills and he played with Indy last year, or the last 2 years.
Okay.
So Buffalo the first two, then he went to Indy, and now he's in Cincinnati.
Right.
Jets.
Did Keon Johnson ever play for the Colts or the Patriots?
Can we put
Keyshawn, whatever.
Can we put Belichick? Because he coached the Jets and the Patriots.
I believe it's only players, I think. I think it's players only. What about like Testaverde? Did he play for the Colts?
Ooh, Testaverde's a good one. He probably played for the Patriots though.
Or the Patriots?
He probably did play for the Patriots.
Is that what you want to lock in?
Yeah, I think so. I think he did.
How do you spell that? There it is. There you go, 5%. So we're just missing a Colt and a Jet.
Hmm.
Did Frank Gore play for the? I'm trying to think of running backs. Did he play for the Jets?
Frank Gore played for the Jets, not the Colts.
No, he played for the Colts.
He did.
Didn't he?
Played for the Colts.
Did
He
he?
played for the
Okay.
Colts. I just don't
For a
remember
few
him on the
years.
Jets.
Well, then it's
Yeah.
Gore.
He played for the Jets?
Yeah, at the end of his career.
I thought maybe he played for the Jets.
There you go. Immaculate. That was 60%. The high percentage there.
Yeah.
Pretty good though.
Pretty good. Pretty good. I'll have to save the hockey one for later because I don't expect you guys to get that one.
Yeah, no, you're not going to get me with any of them.
Let's who do we got?
Oh, did you want to try it?
Pelly Lindbergh.
We could give it a shot.
We
give
could
a
try
shot.
it. So at top you have the Sabres, the Penguins, and the Conn Smythe Trophy, and then on the left you have the Avalanche, the Blackhawks, and a 30+ win season.
It went
Sidney
away from me, so-
Crosby.
Sidney Crosby, it would not be on this list. 30-win season. I could go
Mark
Hasek,
Andre Fleer. How do you spell it?
Fleury. He would be on this list. I would assume so. He's definitely won 30 games.
I'm gonna
There you
say
Hasek
Colorado, Pittsburgh, Max Talbot.
Did he play for Colorado?
I believe so.
Okay.
What's that
that's gonna
final
scare me.
column?
Hold on. Let me get this up because if
You
you're
gotta
wrong,
focus.
I'm not gonna be happy. Conn Smythe Trophy is the final column.
Okay.
What is that?
Remind me again what Conn Smythe is.
Yeah.
The Maxim Talbot was 3%. Conn Smythe Trophy is the playoff MVP.
Okay. Is that
Patrick
I don't
Kane.
know.
Joe Sakic?
So they just Joe Sakic. He might have won it. It could have either been him. It
Forsberg,
could have
maybe?
been Waugh. Could have been Forsberg. They just won it like 3 years ago, and I don't remember who won the Conn Smythe.
Patrick
Cal
Kane.
McCarr?
It was probably either McCarr or
McKinnon?
McKinnon. I think I would lean McKinnon.
I think I agree with that, but we could
We'll
leave it.
save it. We'll save
Yeah.
it. We'll come back.
Patrick Kane.
Did Patrick Kane win it that season? I want to say he did.
But here's the thing. Patrick Kane has 3. So like there's probably right his 3 cups, right? Or
Yep.
2. Three cups.
Yeah, 3.
There's a chance
yep.
he at least has 1 maybe.
That's true. All right, let's go Kane. Yeah, 65%.
Yes.
He got 1.
All
And
right,
then
no, I
what's the
had-
bottom one?
I got 2, Dom. Come on. I got Flurry too. Come on.
What's the bottom one?
Conn Smythe
Bottom right?
Trophy and then 30-win season.
Oh,
I'm trying to think of goalies that have won the Conn Smythe.
Um,
Patrick
Kelly
Waugh,
Lindbergh.
maybe. No, he did not win the Conn Smythe.
maybe for Team Heaven.
Wow. Hextall. Hextall probably is on his list. Let's go Hextall.
For
30-win season, Conn Smythe. He won.
did he
he
win
won
a cup?
No, he never won a cup, but he won. He I think he was like the only player. He's one of, or it might be the only player to like
Listen.
win the Conn Smythe. Also,
You're the
J.S.
hockey
Jaguar
guy?
did it. I want to
you're
say
the hockey
Hextall
guy?
did it. It's Ron
You're the
Hextall.
hockey guy, so
4%. Look at that.
okay. That was on you if you didn't get it.
Casey Middlestat just got traded, so I can do that one.
But I don't know. But wait, hold on.
Go ahead.
Did he
What?
when did he get traded?
Oh, he got traded in the middle of the season, like at the
okay.
trade deadline.
All right.
Yeah, he's
Because
played
I've
over
done
it.
this before, where like a player has either signed or got traded in the offseason, and then like it doesn't work.
17%.
God, that kid looks like he's 12.
He is young. He's probably like 20, 21. Penguins.
Is
Blackhawks.
Yager on here at all?
He played for the Penguins. I don't believe he played for the Blackhawks.
No, I don't believe so.
Sabres,
What
Blackhawks.
about I'm trying to think of like the What about
Yeah. No,
what about like Marian Hossa
Hosa played for the
Pittsburgh
Blackhawks.
and the Black? That's the one I want to go to. I
Did he
think
play for?
Hossa played for. I think he played
Did
for
he
Pittsburgh.
play for Pittsburgh? You know what, Dom? I'll trust you. He did. He did. Yeah, look at you, hockey
I
guy.
believe so. I don't know. I'm nervous.
I want to try to
Okay.
get the Sabres Blackhawks one.
I know so much more from like 05 to 15.
Right.
I know so much from 05 to 15 than I did in the last like 10 years or 9 years.
Taylor Hall played for both of these teams.
Okay.
Taylor Hall definitely played for both these teams. 23%. All right, so now here's the
Now it just comes down
the
to-
Colorado one. Do we go to a Sakic? Do we see? The thing is, like, the problem with
How many cups did they win?
those, like 3. But the problem is, two
So
or
that's
three.
the same
It might only
concept
be
with
2.
Patrick Kane.
Yeah, but here's
That's
the
the
thing.
same thing with
There's
Patrick
so
Kane.
like, I know,
I
there's
know.
so many.
There's a couple Hall of Famers.
players. Yeah, like you either have Patrick Waugh, you have Forsberg, Sakic. Like,
I
wanna
like
lean
McKinnon. I like
I want to
McKinnon.
lean McKinnon, but I don't. Yeah, let's go McKinnon. Let's go Nathan McKinnon. No, we missed it.
Damn, you fucked up.
We missed it.
I
All right,
knew
hold
it.
on.
I knew it.
When did they win? 2019?
No,
2020?
2022, I think. No, it was 2 years ago.
Was it? Oh.
Yeah.
What is time?
Especially with COVID.
Yes.
Mess everybody sets the time out.
And you have 3 young kids.
It was Cale McCarr. It was.
Okay. I just saying. I mentioned him.
You did. You certainly did. Now did Sakic win a Conn Smythe? That
Listen,
was going to be our
I gave 2 of the 9, so
You did. That's a good point.
I reached my
think-
quota.
Did I do only? No, I did Talbot and Hossa. Yeah.
He did. Sakic did win a Conn Smythe in '96.
Damn.
So we named the one guy that it wasn't.
Way to go.
Now
Did
hold
Forsberg?
on. I'm gonna look. Hold on. Because if he won one, then we really fucked up.
Yeah. I was just gonna say while my Wi-Fi is working,
he
I
did
have
not.
a trivia. Okay.
All right, so go ahead. Yeah,
you
what's your
guys-
trivia?
All right. So we're gonna do the 1, 2, 3, 8 players that have had 2,000 yards rushing in a season.
8 player. Did we do this already or did we not?
We did
No, that
1,500.
was we did 1,500.
Okay, 2000.
That was-
so.
Derrick Henry,
Yep, Denver
That's
Henry.
1.
Emmett Smith.
Not Emmitt Smith. I'm gonna give you guys 3 strikes starting now because I didn't get to tell you that before you
Okay.
guessed. But Emmitt Smith did not have 2,000. I think he had just under 2,000.
Arian Foster.
Nah, did he get 2000 though?
One of those years, right?
Let
They
me
were
know if
all
you
running
know
backs,
answer.
Tom.
All running backs.
Yeah, if you're rushing for 2000, I would assume.
Yeah,
they're
I don't
running
think.
backs.
Wreck ever rushed for
Marshall
1,500,
Falk,
so.
maybe. Think maybe Marshall Falk.
I know Barry Sanders did it.
Okay, I like that.
Barry Sanders is on the list.
Yeah. Okay. Did Josh Jacobs? No, he didn't do it. Right? He was
I
a
don't
monster a
think so.
couple years ago. I don't think he did it though. Terrell Davis, maybe.
Adrian Peterson.
Adrian
Oh.
Peterson is on the list, and Terrell Davis. Is on
Okay,
the
so I
list.
was right. Okay, so how many we got left? Like 4.
Yep. So so
Uh,
far you have Derrick Henry, Adrian Peterson, Terrell Davis, and Barry Sanders. So you have 4 left.
Chris Johnson.
I like that.
He's on this list.
Okay.
Are there some old guys on here, Tom?
Walter, you like
Yep.
Walter Payton? I like
don't
Walter
think-
Payton.
I don't think Walter Payton did it.
No.
I don't think so. I think like OJ did it.
2000?
I think
OJ
OJ Simpson did it.
OJ didn't do it. OJ's
Is
on this
OJ?
list, yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
He is? Really?
So we're missing 2.
You're missing the number 1 and the number 3.
Number 1.
Peterson could not break his record.
Who's the guy that played for the Rams?
Yeah, that's him. Eric Dickerson.
Yeah, yep.
Yep. I think Peterson was like 6 yards or.
I remember. Well, I gave it away once you said that because I remember that chase.
We're missing 1.
No, that was 1.
Missing 1.
So we're missing 1.
No,
player.
you're missing
yes,
1.
Yes.
Yeah.
1 of the 8. Yep.
Trying to think. What years, Dom? Don't give an exact year, but a time frame.
What era? Yeah.
All right, give me 1 sec. I want to give you a more accurate.
Okay, that means it's older, I assume.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
So what do you want me to give you?
Era.
The years
Not-
that
not-
he was active, I would say, right?
Not the year that he did it, just the
Yeah,
year.
the years that he was active in the league. I
Just
would
the
say.
years he was. I don't know what year he did it, but it doesn't give me the year he did it. But he played from. You want the years he played?
Yeah.
2000 to 2009.
One team.
2009.
No.
Win a Super Bowl.
Yes,
Jamal Lewis.
it is.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
Interesting list. Did we get any strikes?
Yeah.
I don't know if we got any strikes.
Just one.
Yeah,
I think there was just one.
No, was there? Okay. All right. Well,
that was a good one, Dom.
Yeah,
it
I pulled
was.
that out of TikTok.
I liked your other one though last week.
Which one was that?
Which
The
one was
one
that?
where you gave random facts and we had to guess the year.
yeah.
Yes, I
I
do
could do.
like
I could do
those.
that for next week. I could do that for next week.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to get a Jeopardy game together, but hopefully, Dom, your computer doesn't take a shit when I do that.
I was gonna do colleges. I was gonna do. I was gonna give like a random 10 or 15 players in the NFL, and you gotta guess what college they went to.
So
Dude,
I'm not. I don't think I'm good.
Dude,
at that.
I'm
Right.
all in. You know, I'm all in for that.
Yeah, you are.
Right. But I was just trying to find something where you both could kind of,
Yeah.
So.
I would have been all in for that.
Oh, you guys got anything else you want to talk about before we get out of here?
Mandatory minicamps. You want to talk about it at all?
Is that what they're doing?
They already
What do you
did them. They're done.
I do. Why is minicamp so like the training camp so early?
Well, they made them mandatory.
They're trying to get rid of it.
This is the first time in Nick Sirianni's era that it was a mandatory one.
Okay.
Bradbury.
So, go
I
ahead.
thought the CBA they weren't allowed to be mandatory.
No, they're allowed to be mandatory.
Okay.
You just have to. It's got to be like a certain amount of hours of like physical activity versus like studying computer and like plays on the. You know what I mean? Like meeting plays. Bradbury moved to safety. AJ Brown said that Mitchell didn't talk anything except one thing the whole practice. Did you guys hear this?
No.
No.
He said he lined up against him the entire day, shut him down the entire day. And then the one play AJ Brown ran, he jumped it, picked it off, and told AJ Brown that was a terrible route.
Love that.
You know what? I do love that. You're a rookie coming into the league and you're talking to the vet, the one of the best players in the league.
A top
you're shit
5
talking.
receiver. Top.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So what do you guys think about Jalen Hurts' comments?
It sounded like he didn't give a nice backing of Nick Sirianni yet again.
So at first I was thinking this is so overblown, this is so blown out of proportion, like, but I guess the more that I think about it, I just kind of wish he went in a different direction with it.
So what did he say exactly? I didn't say. Listen, once May and June hit, I am so out of football mode. I haven't paid attention to any of it yet. I'll get into it in September. But what did he say?
So basically, like I think the question was, I'm not 100% sure if this is exactly what the question was, but I believe the question was something along the lines of like, did are you kind of uh do you like what Sirianni's preaching so far or something? Was that
Okay.
the question, Chris? Do you know?
Yeah, and then he immediately flipped it to what Kellen Moore's been doing. Is that what you're talking about when he talked about Kellen Moore right
Saying,
away?
like, Jalen Hurts basically came out and said like, I think I'm delayed.
Very, very much so. Chris, do you want to tell me what if you remember the? Because I just don't remember. I just don't know
I'm
what
pretty
Dom
sure he came and praised Kellen Moore right away for
Okay.
all the changes that he's been doing with the offense, all the terminology that has been changed, and how he wants to take Kellen's offense and make it his own. But didn't say much about Nick Sirianni. Like didn't say like Coach Nick's been in here, working hard with us. He basically was like, it's been really hard on the offensive group, but we're working through it. We're trying to take Coach Moore's offense and make it our own.
Yeah, I'm trying. I think I might have the quote here. Let me try to pull this up here. I think I might have it if it's the same one you guys are talking about. All right.
What have you noticed about
You hear that, right?
being open-minded to change up the offense like he has? I mean, what does that say about him?
I mean, it's a great question. I don't know that I know the answer to it.
Well, what have you seen? What have you seen from him as far as doing that?
I think he's just, he's been great and, the messages he's delivering to the team. He's trying to be very intentional in what he's saying. And yeah.
So, I don't know. That was kind of weird. If that's the one.
That is, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's again. I'm not gonna react too much about the interviews in the middle of June, but like, does he really seem like a leader?
Who Hurts?
Hurts, yeah.
He's gonna have to be.
Yeah, but like
I mean, when he was winning, it sounded like he was a leader.
Yeah, but just when he was winning, he was leading by example, but he was never a vocal leader, I don't think.
No, he tries to be too smooth with how he talks.
Agreed.
Instead of just like coming right out and saying things.
Yeah, it's almost preachy a little bit.
Yeah. We don't need that. We had it with Carson and Nikki Six.
Right. Yeah.
So
Dom is texting us in the group chat saying the shit is so frustrating. My computer froze and won't let me in.
yeah, I think he's done for the night.
I think he's done. Yeah, we could call it quits. I wanted to talk a little bit about this hockey series, but we don't have to talk about it all that much. Because I've hearing all the stuff about Bobrovsky and how great he is, and I just think he's a little overrated. That's all. A little overrated. But maybe we'll talk about that next week. Maybe a champion will be crowned by next. Will a champion be crowned?
Could be.
I guess it depends on if this series only goes
4 games.
But yeah, 4 or 5 games. But because the travel is so crazy in this final that like on travel days there's like an extra day. They have like 2 days off in between each.
They said
day.
it's the furthest in between in history.
Yeah. Yep.
So
I think it's like it's the furthest, and then I think second furthest was like Boston, Vancouver from 2011. But yeah, I mean, Florida to Edmonton is nuts.
yeah, it's a
nuts
long
travel.
trip.
Yeah. So, but we can get out of here. We'll let Dom, have the rest of the night off, and we'll get back to it next week. Hopefully, he doesn't pull this shit next week. All right. I don't know what we're gonna do, but we're gonna get out of here, and we'll see everybody next Monday. See you then.